Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is Friday, March 11th, 2022. Yes, we learned about Jussie Smollett, the former actor of the Empower, the cast member, is sentenced to 150 days in jail for lying to police and a fake hate crime. As you might know, it has been a troubled day for Jussie Smollett, and you know 3 years ago, where I was told on I was broadcast on YouTube Live that just Jussie Smollett used to be the cast member of the Empower, used to be the singer of the Empower. Hey, it didn't matter. It didn't. Yes, you hadn't known about this, and this is how it had happened. He got beat up by some guys, and then it's a fake, and all hell just broke loose, and it's just a mess that he couldn't have done. He couldn't have done it a long time ago. And he finally got it. He was found guilty, and that's what happens now. On this news here today, that the Empower actor was found guilty in December in an attack that he ostracised and must also serve 30 months of probation. Now take a look at this. Actor Jussie Smollett has been sentenced to 30 months of probation, including 150 days in jail time, in order to pay restrictions for his conviction of lying to police about racist and Harder attack that he ostracized himself. Smollett, who is black and gay, reported and told to police that two men wearing ski masks beat him and hurling racial and homophobic slurs at him on a dark Chicago street and went off. The 29-year-old was also ordered to pay $120,000 in restriction to the city of Chicago and fined $25,000 by Judge James Lynn of Cook County Circuit Court. Lynn denied a request to suspend Smollett's sentence and ordering he be placed into custody immediately after the sentence. Smollett removed the face mask he wore throughout the hearing to loudly proclaim his innocence. He also loudly instanced that he was not suicidal, suggesting that if anything happens in jail, he did not take his own life. My gosh, why did he have to do that? If this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fields of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fields of the LGBT community. Smollett said, standing up at the defense table as his law and sheriff's deputies surrounded him. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. I am innocent. I could have said I am guilty a long time ago. Smollett shouted as sheriff's deputies laid him out of the courtroom, accompanying hours long sentence hearing. Now, yesterday's sentence could be the final chapter in a criminal case subject to appeal that made international be headlines when Smollett reported and told to police that two men wearing skin masks beat him and hurling racial and homophobic slurs at him on a dark Chicago street and went off. In December, the actor was convicted in a trial that included the testimony of two brothers. He told juries Smollett paid them to carry out the attack, give them money for the skin mask and rope, and instructed them to fasten the rope into a noose. How did Jussie Smollett doing this? You gotta be kidding me! For crying out loud! Why? Oh my goodness, this is so. This is the hardest thing I ever heard. Now, prosecutors told him he then what racist told them what racist and Republicans slurs to shout, and to yell that Smollett was in MAGA country, a reference to the campaign slaughter of Donald Trump's president campaign. Gosh, Jesse. Now, Smollett, who knew the man from his work on the television show Empire that filmed in Chicago, testified that he did not recognize them and did not know they were the man attacking him. Then executed Smollett pulled to delivering his sentence. The citizen and pronouncing himself last shouted by Smollett's actions, given the actor's manifest family background and history working on behalf of social justice organizations. For you now to sit here convicted of hosting hate crimes, the hypocrisy is just as tolerating, Lynn said. Before Lynn handed down the sentence, Smollett's defense authority now asked Lynn to limit the sentence to community service. He said Smollett has lost nearly everything in his career and fantasies and asked that Lynn give him time to make the restrictions if that is part of the sentence. Witnesses for both the state and Smollett testified at Smollett's sentence at the Cook County Courthouse. Chicago Police Service David Brown, who was called by the state, submitted a statement that he was allowed by Sarah Manhart, a member of the Spice and prosecutor team. In the statement, Brown, who becomes superintendent in April of 2020 and wasn't with the city at the time of Smollett's police report, and Smollett's false report crime Herman asking victims of such crimes. Brown asked that the city to be compensated for its costs, saying the cost of an investigation his claim could have been spent elsewhere in the city. Jussie Smollett's grandmother testified for the defense, asking not to include prison time in his sentence for Smollett. I ask you, Judge, not to send him to prison. Barley Smollett, in the age of 92, told the court she let at it, if we do, send me along with him, okay? Now, Smollett's brother, George Smollett Jr., told the court that Smollett is not a threat to the people of Illinois. In my humble opinion, he's completely innocent. That's what he said. He's completely innocent. Smollett's authorities also will allow letters from other supporters, including an organization with Black Lives Matter, the Rainbow Purse Collateral, and Lynn Taylor and Samuel L. Jackson that asked Lynn to consider the case effect on Smollett's life and career and to involve any confidant as part of his sentence. Other supporters spoke about worries that Smollett would be at risk in prison, especially in monitoring his race, sexual orientation, and his family's Jewish heritage. Smollett decided to make a statement at the hearing. His decision came after special prosecutor Dan Well asked Lynn to include an important amount of prison time when sentenced the actor for his conviction. Before the sentence began, Lynn rejected a motion from the defense to overturn the jury's verdict on legal grounds. Judge rarely grant such motions. Smollett faced up to 3 years in prison for each of the five felony counts of disorderly conduct and the charge filed for lying to police, of which he was convicted. He was acquitted. He was acquitted on the sixth count. But because Smollett does not have an extensive criminal history, and the conviction is for a low-level non-violent crime, experts did not accept him to be sent to prison. Now we've seen this before. So now, absolutely. So absolutely, this is absolutely BS. That's what happened. And this is, I mean, he has sentenced to 150 days in jail for lying to police and a fake hate crime. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense for everybody for Jussie Smollett. If you do and you lie to police, then don't do it. It's not right to be if you get beat up and one of those bad guys and then you get and then you call racial slurs and you do everything you do want to. But this is not funny. This is sad and this is ridiculous. Justice Smollett shouldn't know about that. I don't I don't care if you're the bad guy or the villain or anything like that. And you're not a hero. That's why you're not the hero. You are the actor. You pay the price. That's what it's all about. That's all. This is a horrible, horrible thing to do. This is the horrible thing to do. And yes, our hearts goes out to the Smollett family. But Justice Smollett gets 30 months probation, 150 days in jail. But hey, for lying to the police and blah 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 blah. That's all it matters. I mean, it's gonna get worse for him until he gets bail. I don't know. Who really cares about this? I don't care. I really don't care. But if you're watching this video right now, I'm very disturbing. I'm very disturbing and I'm very shocked at why he did this 3 years ago. That was February 2019, right? It is what it is. I saw it. I said it 3 years ago, and I saw it 3 years ago. It's really, really made everybody mad, and that's no time flies, and it is what it is. What goes around comes around. This is Joseph Crudup on the Joseph Crudup Show. Subscribe to this video and make a comment, and I'll be see you this Monday, hopefully this Monday. Until then, take care, everybody. I love you.